Hey everybody, welcome back. These are some entitled people on Am I the A-hole that went to court. All rise for the Honorable Judge Charlotte. You may be seated. Would I be the a-hole for suing my daughter-in-law? Settle down! I will not have unruliness in my courtroom. For context, they aren't married. Referring to her as daughter-in-law, it's just easier for the sake of storytelling. Okay, noted. Our son and daughter-in-law, 26-year-old, have been together for 2 years and live together. We've always thought she's a very nice girl and she seems to make my son happy, so no problem for us. Our son has his own law firm that he's currently trying to get started. Wow, a law firm at 26? Good job, good job. We're very proud of him and we're fortunate enough to help him with a startup loan.
My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
Daughter-in-law works a retail job that she's very happy with. Some time ago, husband and I were over at their apartment and we decided to order some food. Husband and I wanted to pay. And since daughter-in-law were ordering from her phone, we gave her our credit card so she could draw the money from our account. Ooh. We thought this goes without saying, this was to draw an amount once for the lunch. However, daughter-in-law apparently put our card into her Apple Pay and has been using it since. Oh! Absolutely not. It does go without saying. It does. And how dumb do you have to be to take somebody's credit card number and start using it? You know that they can see that you're using it, right? We didn't notice for some months.
Huh?
Okay, guys, we need to be checking our credit cards, okay? This is like, it goes without saying, I think. But let's make sure we're checking our credit cards, okay? But recently, saw withdrawals that we didn't recognize. We had our accountant look into it and he discovered that 1, daughter-in-law has been using our card on her phone, and that 2, she spent around $17,000. Okay, it's not your fault, but like, how the hell did you not notice the $17,000 was missing? Was it just little charges here and there? Like it just added up? Oh, y'all are rich, okay. We were quite shocked and called her up and asked why the hell she's been using our card. She got very defensive, tried to deny it. Okay, but there's literally proof? And eventually said she was entitled to it. No, you're not. That's not how that works. And why do we care since we haven't noticed her use it over 4 months? Just because someone doesn't notice that you're stealing from them doesn't give you the right to steal from them.
Well, you didn't notice, so it's your fault.
Imagine that. Oh my. Imagine just like committing murder and feeling like,
Oh, well, I thought I was allowed to because I didn't get caught.
we told her she needed to pay us back immediately or we'd report her actions for theft. Yeah, and your son and her need to break up too. That's messed up. Tell me they broke up. Please tell me. She apparently doesn't have the money to pay us back. Okay, well, then go to jail. Go to jail! We've gone to our son and he's offered to pay us back even though he cannot afford to. This isn't about the money for us, but more about the fact that she's stolen a huge amount of money. While we are comfortable and it took us time to notice, we still recognize the seriousness of stealing $17,000 USD. You don't need to justify it, babes. Just because you have money does not give everybody the right to take it. Our son has completely dismissed her behavior and excused it as being stressed. Absolutely not. No, break up now. It's only a matter of time before she steals from him too. She's taken no responsibility and we're honestly wanting to go forward with the police report to teach her consequences to her actions. Would we be the a-hole for doing this? No. No, absolutely not. You would not. Sorry, that's just my initial read on this. Ugh. I'm getting a little heated. I'm getting a little passionate. I will be honest, it's a little odd that you didn't notice the $17,000 was being charged to your card. It was probably little things here and there. But at the same time, and this is a lesson for everybody, you should be checking your credit card, like at all times. Because it's like, yeah, okay, so it's $17,000 over a long period of time. Those little charges add up. Not the a-hole. $17,000 in theft is $17,000 in theft. I actually think that's like grand larceny. Like anything over 10K is like, you go to jail. Inexcusable behavior on her part. Don't sue, just report her to the cops. Opie can and should do both. One, because her actions are criminal, and the second, to recover her money, not the a-hole. It is possible that the card was charged a second time and she didn't notice and she had to go and like fix it. But $17K? And she's aware of it. She's fully aware that she's doing this. And guess what? We have an update. We were utterly and completely shocked with our son's nonchalant way of handling this and at a loss. We desperately wanted to fight for our son, but since initial confrontation, he has been avoiding us. God, I wonder how she justified it to him. Like, I just don't get it. How can you justify stealing $17,000 from your boyfriend's parents? We decided we would take the advice and call the police to press charges. However, we wanted to let our son know before doing so. Husband and I decided to show up at his office since he'd been ignoring our calls and texts. I know this might sound boundary crossing to some, but we desperately wanted to talk to our son. Initially, he got angry and asked us to leave, but he calmed down and agreed to hear us out. We told him our side of the story, and to say the least, he was shocked. Right, so she was telling him a lie. He apologized profusely, cried a little, and begged for forgiveness. He told us he was blinded by love, working 14 hours a day, and under the impression we had gifted his girlfriend the money. Did she not think that you guys would like talk? His girlfriend had apparently told him that we wanted to spoil her as our future daughter-in-law and that we gave her carte blanche to buy herself nice things as a way to welcome her to the family. Right. How's that going for you? You still in that family? And that we'd since changed our minds on spoiling her and now we wanted all the money back knowing she can't afford it. She had told him we did this as a manipulative way to force her out of his life to try and control him. Kind of sounds like she's trying to control him, TBH. He was also under the impression she spent maybe $3,000 to $5,000 and not $17,000. He was livid and actually was the one who in the end convinced us to pursue legal action. He actually helped us call the police right then and there at his office after our talk. Yay! He's a lawyer. Like, there's no way in hell that he's not smart enough to realize that this person is not right for him. She's a criminal. She's literally a criminal with no remorse. We then went with him home and helped him pack up all her stuff before she came home. She wasn't on the lease, living rent-free. Oh. All kinds of red flags, eh? So kicking her out was no issue. We offered to stay with him for the blow up, but he wanted to handle it on his own. From what he's told us, she didn't take it lightly, right? Because you took away her free meal ticket. She probably thought she hit the jackpot. Rich parents that she can steal from, lawyer boyfriend, she lives rent-free in his house. She's like, I'm gonna ride this little wave. So our son's ex has now been pressed with charges and we are waiting further information. Like some of you have pointed out, it is a sufficient amount and she's been pressed with criminal charges. Our bank has also been informed and we're likely to get our money back. Good. Yes. Oh, love a redemption arc. Love it. She blew up on the entire family, but no one but our other daughter-in-law is taking her side. Other daughter-in-law is a whole other story for another time perhaps, but we are now glad to officially announce that we are thief-free in the family. Hooray! You are not the a-holes, my dear. Congratulations. I love this top comment. So our son's ex has now been pressed with charges. Good. Am I the a-hole for taking my niece to court over a coat? I, 28 female, have a niece, 16 female. She is my sister's only child. 2 years ago, I married a very wealthy man, 34 male, and because of the pandemic, last Christmas was my first with my in-laws. My mother-in-law gifted me a coat that is worth more than $20,000. What's that coat made out of, girl? $20K for a coat? Holy cannoli. I saw her wearing it. I asked her where she bought it and she said it would be my Christmas gift from her. Oh, okay. Yeah, she rich too. Oh, you like it? Here. I love people like that though. Like there's people in my family that like, I'll compliment something that they're wearing and then sure enough, they just like, take it. Oh, you like this? Oh, it's yours now. I didn't know how much it was. I knew it was expensive, but I thought maybe $3,000 at most. I was visiting my sister-in-law last January when my niece saw it. She Googled the brand and showed me how much it really was. I won't lie, I didn't wear it after that because I was afraid of ruining it. That's the thing, a $20,000 coat, I don't know, like, where can you wear that? Like the opera? I would just put it in a frame, honestly, just like hang it. Last week, I wore it while visiting my sister. And while I was putting it back on to leave, I felt something go splat on my back. What? I thought you were gonna say she stole it. Then my niece started cackling and the smell of paint hit me. Oh, that's messed up. That's evil. I was so pissed off while she was not apologetic at all. 16 years old. Oh yeah, is that the age? That's the age. There's no excuse for that behavior, but like makes sense. Her mom screamed at her and said she was grounded. Then she said she will pay for the dry cleaning. Paint? I don't know about that, bestie. I don't know if that's coming out. While I was in my car, still in shock by the way, I got an alert that my niece posted a reel. It was of her doing a prank on me, and she said, I'm gonna hit my aunt's $20,000 coat with paint-filled balloon to see how she reacts. God, I swear this generation is so messed up. They are so obsessed with TikTok and Instagram. They are forgetting how to human. Like they see this stuff happening on social media and they think,
oh, that's so funny. I'm gonna do that too.
do y'all, okay, listen, for the young people watching, you know that half those pranks on social media are fake, right? Like they have prior permission to do the thing that they do in the video. Yeah, that's what's happening. In case you can't discern what's acting and what isn't. Pranks on social media are fake. I saved it on my phone, sent it to her mom and told her that a week's grounding is not enough. She did not reply, but I saw that my niece took it down. It got less than 5 views by then. Oh, that's even worse. Honestly, that's so embarrassing. You ruined a $20,000 coat for 5 views. Cativa! The next day, I found out my coat cannot be saved. So I called my sister and told her that her daughter has to pay it back. Well, we got into an argument and she says that they will not be paying it. And if I wanted a new one, I should get my husband to buy it for me. No. That was a gift. Honestly, throw them both away. Like, actually, are you like, I get $20,000 is a lot for a coat. Like, not everybody can afford it. However, that does not give you the right to ruin it and not have to pay to get it back, to pay for a new one, or to pay to get it fixed. I think they should pay for it. They can afford it too. Oh, okay, so they can afford it. In my opinion, they should sell my niece's car and pay me back my money. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like you said, a week's grounding is not gonna be punishment enough to stop this kid from doing this again. We did not reach an agreement, so I told my sister that I will be suing, and I reminded her that I have video evidence that her daughter A did it on purpose for online clout and B knew exactly how expensive it was. Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised that she's even like fighting you on this because like from a legal perspective, you have everything you need to get the money back. People in my life are not objective at all. I have some calling me an a-hole and some saying they are the a-holes for not buying me a new one. And some so obsessed with the price of the coat that they're calling me an a-hole for simply owning it and wanting a new one. Okay, first of all, it's not like you purchased it, okay? It was a gift that I'm sure that you probably really, really loved and cherished. I guess you were kind of right to not want to be wearing it, but to be fair, who could have predicted that someone would have just taken like a paint balloon and splattered all over it just for the fun of it? Edit, sorry for not making it clearer. My coat was bought new, just identical to my mother-in-law's. Okay, noted. I'm not sure if that changes anything, but like, it's still a gift. All right, so I'm gonna say not the a-hole, but as always, we're gonna pop down into the comments to see what Reddit had to say. Not the a-hole, she ruined a $20,000 coat. She wasn't even apologetic. That's the crazy thing to me. It's one thing to accidentally ruin it and be super, super apologetic, but it's another thing to ruin it on purpose. One time I was out with a friend and I accidentally knocked her as we were walking down the street and she dropped her very expensive purse on the ground and it like cracked. Like it was a plastic bag and it cracked. And I was just so unbelievably distraught that I had done this because it was like a vintage collectible item. And like, I don't really know if you could have fixed it at all. Like it wasn't totally shattered, but like there was definitely like a crack in it. And this literally ruined my night. Like I was so upset for her and for me. I offered to pay to get it fixed. Turns out I don't think that you can get it fixed. But like to not even be sorry, that is just so foreign to me. Like that you're like an alien. And the funny thing is that like when I went to a party afterward and I was so upset that I had mentioned it to a couple of people at the party because they asked me what was wrong. And I told them, oh, you know, like I damaged my friend's like really, you know, expensive like $15,000 purse. And they were like,
well, that's her fault for owning a $15,000 purse.
And I was like, no, it's not. It's my fault. It is not her fault. It's like you get your car stolen. It's like, well, that's your fault for owning a car. Shouldn't have owned a car then. She ruined a $20,000 coat for a prank video. For a 16-year-old, she's been acting a lot like a 6-year-old. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me how kids kids obsess over going viral. Like, they actually obsess over it. So do adults, honestly. I know a few people who get obsessed with it. But the fact that, like, kids can't discern what is a prank and what is, like, a paid prank, I blame social media. There have always been teenagers who are idiots. This is not a new thing. Okay, fair enough. It's not social media's fault. Just teenagers are idiots. You are? Oh, wait. Sorry. 1 second. We are not finished yet. We have an update. So here's a quick update since the situation has been resolved. When my husband got home, I told him what happened and showed him the video. He asked if I spoke with my brother-in-law and I said no. All my conversations were with my sister. He said that he will take care of it. Now, a disclaimer, I understand nothing when it comes to insurance claims, and this is what my husband told me / I understood happened. My husband talked with my brother-in-law and told him exactly what happened and showed him the prank video. Then he told him that the coat was insured and that we will be filing a claim and submitting the video, and we might have to file charges for the claim. He assured him that he would be dropping the charges. We do not want to send niece to jail. He then told him that one of two things might happen. After our insurance pays us, they will come after them. If their insurance pays, their premium will skyrocket. If it doesn't, they might sue them and might get a lien on their house. Ooh, that's a pickle. If they don't want to pay you, then the insurance company will come after them. Smart to get it insured. That's very, very smart. My brother-in-law asked if there's a way he could pay us without involving insurance. Oh yeah, funny how that worked out. My husband told him that was what we wanted at first, but my sister insisted they will not be paying us back. Apparently, my brother-in-law was not in the know, and he was very pissed off at what my niece did and my sister's response. So they came to this resolution. My niece's car will be sold. Goody, goody, goody. Oh God. That is honestly a perfect punishment. Otherwise, she's never going to learn. And if it doesn't fetch the whole compensation money, she will have to get a job and pay me the whole check until it is paid off. Also, she's grounded for the rest of the school year. I am thankful for the people who encouraged me to talk to my husband. Well, I didn't do that. I'm not smart enough to tell you that, but I'm glad that you did. I agree that it would have been a lot to send her to jail. She is a kid. She definitely needed to be grounded for a lot longer than a week. And the fact that your sister didn't really see it as that much of a problem, send her to jail, honestly. 30 years in prison! I'm really curious about what this coat was. You are not the a-hole, my dear. Case closed. Court is adjourned. Subscribe!